Well, I hope you're all doing very well. We're continuing to make our way through the fruit of the Spirit. I've been looking at it the last few weeks since September. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and now we're on to the next one, which is gentleness. Now, I wonder what the word gentleness might mean to some of you. Well, this coming Sunday morning, the Bible passage you'll be looking at is not a story, about. It's not actually something from Jesus' time, or it's something that happened to Jesus, but it's one of the Psalms that's in the Bible. It's a very well-known psalm, which is about the gentleness of God. So Psalm 23, there's a song that's been sung to a couple of different tunes that we've sung in church before, about that psalm, Psalm 23. Now, can you think at the moment what that psalm actually is? Well, if you're not sure, here's a little reminder or introduction to that particular psalm, Psalm 23. Well, I like that psalm, Psalm 23, about the Lord being our shepherd and how God shows gentleness towards us. Now, over the last few weeks, we've thought about what if the fruit of the Spirit was an actual fruit, what would it be? Well, for gentleness, it's one of these, a banana. These are a little bit green, actually. I think a couple of them might be okay to eat. Bananas. I quite like bananas, they're one of my favourites. I have one of these at least every day. Bruce is allowed bananas very occasionally. He's allowed a little bit of a banana. But why would why would gentleness be represented by a banana? Well, if you can look closely enough at these bananas, there's a couple of little bruises on them there. You've got to be very careful with bananas. I think these ones are okay. I think this one's got a bit of a bruise there. But bananas, you've got to be very careful with. You've got to keep them in the right place, and apparently you're not supposed to mix them with other fruit because they, it can means they go off a bit and they're not as good, and they bruise very easily. I mean, sometimes you open a banana, there's a sort of brown bit there because it's been bruised or it's been knocked. You've got to be very careful with bananas. So that's why bananas represent this fruit of gentleness. You have to be very gentle with a banana. These ones are actually, I think they've just come out of the fridge actually, so they're quite chilled. They're quite nice. But, gentleness, we want to try and show gentleness towards others. Now, gentleness can be seen sometimes as a bit of a weakness, being gentle, but as somebody shares in a moment, it's not necessarily a sign of weakness. It can be a sign of strength as well. Now, obviously, these bananas here, we're being very careful with, because we want to show gentleness towards them, and we want to show gentleness in our lives. But what exactly does it mean to be gentle or to show gentleness? How can we grow that fruit better in our lives? Well, on Sunday morning, there's a chance to look at it in church on a Sunday morning for the children. But some people are going to share what the word gentleness actually means to them.
Gentleness, to me, a lot of people could think it's a weak thing, but it's a strong thing, because gentleness is not going marching in like a battleship or an army, but holding back and considering before you move, and in care and love, acting and thinking and speaking.
Gentleness, what is it? Where did it come from? How do we get it? I get it from my wife. She's the most gentlest lady I've ever known. I'll put that in writing.
Gentleness is being friendly, being calm, being kind, and being helpful.
A gentle answer turns away wrath, and it's the ability to make things nice.
Saint Teresa of Aquila was a Spanish woman of noble descent in the Middle Ages, and in middle life she entered a nunnery. She said, "Be gentle to all, but stern with thyself," which I think is a very good saying. I like to think I am gentle most of the time, but I'm certainly not stern enough with myself. And if I were so, then it would make me a much more gentle person.